a few minutes until some people get into the live stream. If you're just joining us, please give us a thumbs up. The more thumbs up that you do, the more live streams I'll do, and the more people it brings in to the live stream, so the longer I'll stay on. If I don't have a lot of people on the live stream, then I'll get off in like 15 minutes. But, you know, if I get 60, 100 people, then I'll stay on for an hour. But we're going to be walking around Belgrade today. It's Sunday morning at approximately 9:30 a.m. So it's beautiful today. It's a little bit chilly. Everything is closed this weekend because of a government mandate due to coronavirus. So they're not closing early today. They're just closed. So you have to order in if you want any type of food. I think grocery stores are open, but yeah. So I'm not too happy about everything being closed. So we're gonna walk around Belgrade. I might go down to the new statue today to check that out. I've never seen it up close in person. Let me clean the lens real quick. There we go. It's much better. So what are you guys up to today? Let me know in the chat. Look at this graffiti. So, you know, instead of like closing restaurants and, you know, banning commerce, the Serbian government should ban spray paint in the whole country. Like, not just, you know, sell it to the right people, but ban spray paint in the whole country, kind of like chewing gum in Singapore. And if they, like, spray paint has like no, like, you know, only idiots really use spray paint. It never comes out right on anything. That's kind of cool though. But yeah, like people that paint their cars and stuff with spray paint, there's no like really good legitimate use, in my opinion, for spray paint. It should just be banned in the whole country. So yeah, and what makes me mad is like the people that spray paint, they're getting more like ballsy. Like there was a church with some spray paint outside of it. So they're not just spray painting the streets, they're starting to go after the churches now. So I wasn't too happy about that. So yeah, I think that your government needs to ban spray paint in the whole country, not just, like I said, sell it to the licensed painters or anything like that. Just ban it in the whole country, make it a felony to possess, and you know, it might be like Singapore one day with their chewing gum laws. So I have 10 people in here and no one has said a thing. So I can't just be the only person on the live stream that entertains you. So start chatting away in the live chat. Let me see what you guys have said, if anything. No one said anything. Oh, so yeah, it's Sunday morning at approximately 9:30. Hello? Who said? Let me see. Can't pronounce your name, unfortunately, but hello. Look at that spray paint. Spray paint. Spray paint. So a lot of the other vloggers, they only show you the good parts of Belgrade. And I realized like no one's like done a vlog of like down the back streets of Belgrade before. So that's what I'm doing today. How do I like Belgrade? I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Istanbul, Turkey looks really nice too. And the real estate is super cheap there. But I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm going to stay here for at least a year. And if I like it, I'll stay past the year. But I'm committed for at least a year. Which my year is up in August. So I came here in August of 2020. So I'll have to decide if I want to stay here for the rest of my life or whatever by August. But I think I'll always live in Belgrade. Even if I don't live here full time, I'll always return here. But I'm not planning to leave anytime soon. at this point. So it would be cool to live between Belgrade, Istanbul, and Erbil, Iraq, I think. So I'd like to set up my life to kind of like go between those three places, at least for now. Maybe Egypt. But Egypt, I think, is more good for visiting versus living. But yeah. So it's like 2 or 3 a.m. in the United States right now. No one's probably up. So look at this place. It's amazing. Even the little, back streets are amazing, even with the graffiti. Let me turn the camera around. So this is a school that's coming up. As you see, it has graffiti all over it. I think it's a high school. I'm not sure. But they have this little fence from like probably the 1800s or early 1920s, and then they have this bigger one so the balls don't fall out on the street. But I find that interesting how this little fence used to be here. Wow. Yeah, I've never been to Egypt, so I can't really say I'd want to live there. But it doesn't look like a place I'd want to live. But it looks like beautiful to go there to visit, but then you leave. But I think there's like amazing opportunity here in Serbia, and the locals don't realize it. But I watched another video where this older couple came to Serbia and they started vlogging, and they met this other older couple, and the wife was Serbian. Look at this, guys. And she's like, yeah, if you realize what you have here in Serbia, you can have an amazing life. Like a really nice life here, and you can. I agree. I don't know where I'm going, but we're gonna end up somewhere. If you have a Western income, you can have a really nice life here. Even if that's just like disability or retirement or Social Security. That's graffiti. And what's funny is you never see anyone ever doing it, but it always appears. Where are we headed? Oh, we're going to be at Slavia Plaza, I think. We're next to the Hilton Hotel here in Belgrade. Like I said, the streets are really quiet, not just because it's Sunday. Sundays are usually very quiet in Belgrade anyways, but look at these beautiful buildings with the sun shining on them. That's kind of interesting how the sun is reflecting on these buildings from the windows across the street. Inflation. Yeah, I live a very cheap life. Literally, I could eat at bakeries every day if I needed to. So I'm not super worried about inflation, but my rent did go up $20 since I've been here. So that's a little scary. I'm trying to diversify into the euro from the dollar, but if the dollar goes, the euro is going to go too. No one's going to be safe. Everyone's going to be in the same position. So I'm not super worried because my apartment is paid off. My landlord has, paid it off, and I think if shit hit the fan, I think that I could still live there. And if I couldn't, I'll just go live in a hostel for 150 euros a month. I can at least afford that. But yeah, I'm not too worried about inflation. So the Raiffeisen Bank branch is down there that has my corporate accounts. But there's the Hilton. This is a nice hotel. Where should we go, guys? Let's go somewhere I've never been. Let's go down here. Probably need to like re-up my Telenor account soon. I only have 10 gigabytes. Um, everyone loves driving in the United States. Uh, I don't I don't think Belgrade is overly congested from what I saw. There's places that are way worse, like Vietnam. It's just what your definition of congested is. I've never been down here. Well, I have, but I haven't been to the right. So let's walk down that street and see what's going on. There was a show called Navy SEALs, filmed here in Belgrade. I think it's season 3, episode 1. It's really funny because they keep passing the same buildings in the car chase scene. I don't even like that show. I don't think it's realistic. It's literally called Navy SEALs, and they have David, what's his name? I can never pronounce his last name. Borneos or whatever. I don't like the show at all, but I found it really interesting how they filmed in Belgrade. And I know the city pretty well by now, so I was like, oh yeah, like literally everywhere they were, I saw. And they started the episode in a bar down by inside the fashion district. And I actually went to that bar to see if it actually existed where, they said it did, and it did. It's kind of an interesting little thing to see the city you live in a show. I don't know what this is, but it looks huge. There's no name on it. OOD, what does that mean? Thank you. Yeah, I only film videos when I'm really feeling it, and I'm usually not feeling it. But I like to do live streams because I like to talk to my subscribers versus just put out a one-way memo, which is a video. But my videos are getting better and better. I really worked on the audio on that video. So I had dual mics. I had my camera mic, and then I had an on-body mic. And I mixed the two in the editing program, and I think it turned out really well. The only downside to my on-body mic was it's very sensitive, and I can't adjust the sensitivity. And it picked up all of my breathing sounds. Someone's like, "You're breathing so heavily," but I'm really not, because it's just the normal way I breathe. And it sounded like very exaggerated in the body mic. So I have to get it closer away from my neck next time. But yeah, I mixed the camera. The camera was good at picking up like background nature sounds, because the on-body mic was very, what do I want to call it? Like, it only picked up my voice, which was good. It didn't pick up very much around me, but the camera microphone did. I just mixed the two. It came out really good. Oh, we're at a park. I've never been to this park. Check out these beautiful parks. So if you're just joining the live stream, please give me a thumbs up. We have 27 people and only 6 likes. The more thumbs up I get, the more people get invited to the live stream. So I need everyone to give me a thumbs up on the video. That would be really great. But yeah, this is like my playground, Belgrade. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. I wouldn't trade this for the world. Istanbul, like I said, looks very nice, but it's very crowded and very big. But the real estate there looks really nice. Cheap too. But I like Belgrade. But hopefully one day I can live between Belgrade and Istanbul. You can't move from YouTube to some other platform. Not easy to build a community there. Yeah, the problem is I try to like hit up all the platforms, because if I'm just on like Library, no one's gonna watch me. No one watches me on Library anyways, even though I think that's a superior video site. YouTube, unfortunately, is Google controlled, therefore has the mass numbers, therefore I have to stay on YouTube. But once I get a major following, then yeah, I could probably switch platforms. But would everyone install the app on their phones and get the notifications? Probably not. So even though I'm not a big tech guy, I do have my videos automatically saved to BitChute and Library automatically. So if I get deleted here or censored here, you guys can still watch those videos on those other platforms. Good morning. So I don't know where I'm at. I've never been here. They have mass Chinese level surveillance here at this park. But, you know, look at those cameras. But guys, everyone says they're a Huawei facial recognition. No, they're not. No, they're not. Facial recognition isn't that good. Even from like where those cameras are pointing, you probably just check that footage if something goes wrong here. So I'm not too worried about the Huawei cameras around the city. Thank you, MindSub. That's very, very nice of you. That's gonna help someone local here. Like I said in my other video, I have so far donated 100% of my YouTube income to Serbians in one form or another. So thank you, MindSub. That $10 is very helpful. I just gave a server at a restaurant a 600 dinar tip. Yes, the day before yesterday, on Friday, because I knew everything was going to be closed this weekend. So I knew he wasn't going to be working this weekend, so he's going to lose out on a lot of money. He still has to pay his rent. So I gave him a 600 dinar tip on like a 1400 dinar bill. So that was pretty nice. But I don't mind doing that because, in my opinion, like my local Serbian friends are like, oh, you tip so much, or you tip too much, or whatever. But I'm a big believer in you got to give some to get some. So while I'm not going to be anyone's sugar daddy or anything like that, I do have a foreign income, and so I try to help people, even if it's a little amount here, a little amount there. I try to help people when I can. So the reason I'm showing you guys this is there's free Wi-Fi at this park through MTS, and those are 360-degree omnidirectional antennas. And then they probably have a charging port down here too. Look at that. Look how beautiful this facade is on this building. Look at that. The sun's striking it just so well. I'm usually not a morning person, but I've been going to bed around like 7 or 8 p.m. to try to get up really early, and I've been doing a good job with that. The only problem donating on YouTube is that it takes a month or two to get the money, and I have to have a minimum of $100 USD to get a payout, and I usually like have like $50 a month. So if anyone else wants to donate, please do so via Venmo if you're in the US. My Venmo username is at the bottom of my video. It should be. That will give me the money instantly, and I can transfer it within a minute to my bank account. Yeah, you definitely should come to Serbia in the summertime. It's a little bit cooler now. Things aren't really happening, but in the summertime, things are really happening here. And I highly recommend it because you get, I hope so. I'm pretty sure it's a 3-month entry you get. So you don't have to deal with immigration for 3 months. And it's really easy just to go to Montenegro and come back, or go to Albania, discover Albania. And then you'll feel lucky to be in Belgrade once you go there. Well, let's keep walking. I haven't been to this part of the city yet, but I'm really digging this facade on this building. It's really well done. There's no graffiti. Colombia is on my list to go too. I want to go to Medellin, Colombia. Don't ask me why. It's one of my 3 places I wanted to go when I left the US. Medellin, Colombia, Belgrade, Serbia, and Bali, Indonesia. And I didn't like Bali, so I moved to Thailand. Oh, it's a government building. Are those safe from taggers? Let's keep going. So yeah, you definitely want to come out to Belgrade. It's completely safe, 100%. They check them and fix it, huh? Oh yeah, it's a. I think it's the Ministry of Defense building, or something like that. Kind of know where I am now. Oh yes, it is. Here's the one that was bombed. I know where I'm at. We're headed down to the bus station now, but it's kind of far away still, like maybe 10 minutes walking. Oh yeah, here's the building that was bombed. Look at that, guys. Here's another one. Oh yeah. If you're gonna go to Colombia, kind of expect to be robbed once or twice. Look at this building. Oh, this next to it too. This is abandoned too. Look at that. There's a big poster on the side of that building, like a recruiting poster for the Armed Forces of Serbia. But yeah, so yeah, the architecture here is beautiful. I hope they keep building buildings like the 2 that we see right now. I don't like the modern style. I think it's a globalist way to wipe out your culture. Wow, look at this building. Look at this. Wow. Prince Milo Street. I don't know where that's at, unfortunately. I'm just walking on a Sunday morning. Here's that recruiting poster. It's huge. But yeah, Belgrade's really nice. Like in Latin America and in Southeast Asia, it's not really your culture if you're from the Western world, and eventually you get depressed there. But in Serbia, I could live my whole life here, I think, and be happy. I don't have any complaints. Oh, here's a trolley. So if the live stream suddenly drops out, that means I probably ran out of data. And I can't get any more data today because everything's closed. I might try to do it through their app with my Raiffeisen account, but I usually just go to the store and pay cash. Let's go talk to our migrant friends, shall we? So everybody, if you could give me a thumbs up on the live stream, that would be really helpful. The more thumbs up I get, the more people that are invited to join by YouTube. So please give me a thumbs up in the live stream. I don't know. I want to go to Hungary because I want to go to the spas. But that's like number one on my list. I want to go to check out the spa parties, if they have them still. Hungary looks really fun. I'd like to go to Germany. And what else? That's about it. I want to go to Istanbul really bad. But I was looking online at Serbian travel agents. You can get like an all-inclusive flight and everything, hotel for 7 days in Egypt for 401 euros. That's like super cheap. So I'm thinking about doing that. The only thing holding me back why I haven't left yet is because you need a COVID test to go to Egypt. And I'm not a big COVID test guy. So I want to support countries financially that don't require COVID tests. That's why I initially came to Serbia, but now they require a COVID test. It's not locked down. You can still walk the street and go get groceries, but everything is closed on the weekends. This weekend. Last weekend it was at 2 p.m. everything had to close. And then the weekend before that it was at 8 p.m. So they're kind of like boiling us like frogs here, man. Slowly but surely they're locking everything down. They're doing it slowly though, so people don't freak out and riot. But I don't know. I'm not too keen on everything being closed on the weekends. Especially when, there's economic problems in your country and then you stifle commerce willfully. I just don't know. But I'm not in the government, so I'm just a guest here. I just don't think it's a good idea, but that's just me. Especially when Serbia has survived a whole year without locking down everything. Why now? Why now? So this used to be a restaurant here. Look at this. It's all closed now. I think it used to be a hotel up there too, probably. But look at this place. Yeah, Istanbul's locked down, though, from what I understand. They require masks everywhere, from what I've heard. So I'm not super into masks or COVID tests. So I'll just stay here in Serbia in my little apartment and wait for governments to get their head straight. And then, after that happens, I'll start traveling and spending money. Filling the banks or filling the hospitals. Yeah, I don't really agree with that because I don't see the hospitals filling here. And I've been to the hospitals myself, I have. And I just don't see it. I don't see where the problem's at. And it's hard to believe in something if you don't see it for yourself. So that's just what I'm going to say about that. But people here are like, oh, my uncle died of COVID. But I'm like, are you sure he died of COVID? Or did they just tell you that? Because in the Western world, hospitals, coroners, and doctors are literally lying about deaths to pump up the COVID death numbers to scare people. So I don't really believe what governments tell me anymore, especially my own government, because they've lied one too many times, and now I don't believe anything that they say, anything. So I'm not super into trusting the government, and I'm like, if anyone wants my COVID vaccine, you can have it. If I die of COVID, I die of COVID. I don't give a damn. So we're here at the old train station that they're remodeling, I think, into a museum, but I'm not sure about that. I think it's going to be a museum. If anyone knows, type in the live chat. But this is the new statue that they created here. It looks very nice. So we're gonna cross the street and we're gonna go check it out up front. Look at the facades over there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, well, I heard a rumor from someone that is in the know that originally this guy had a cross he was holding, but they took out the cross to not offend the foreign investors. But I don't know if that's true or not. It's just what I heard, but from a very well-connected source. I'll just tell you that. Look at this. It's beautiful. Wow. I've actually never seen it up front, up close before. When I first came here, the fences were still up around this place. But I guess there's windows in the bottom here. Look at this. Oh wow, oh wow. So it goes down like maybe 2 stories. Maybe more, I don't know. But oh, it looks like it goes down more. I thought that was a mirror. Oh yeah, that's a mirror. But yeah, there's windows right here, and you can look down, and there's that. But this is a reflection from here. Interesting. I like it. And then there's, you can't really see, but there's blue tile on the inside here. And then there's like a map or something. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. Look at the tile work that they did. It's all blue tile. Very nice. Very well done. I heard the statue's very expensive though, but we won't talk about that. But it's nice. Hopefully it doesn't get spray painted. Oh, so where else should we go, guys? Let's go down to the park here. So there's already migrants that are speaking Arabic. It's kind of interesting. I made a clay piece in Lazar when I was 8 or something. I still have it. Oh, very nice. These advertisements need to come off these buildings. This is not something I'm into at all. Especially when foreign corporations are doing it. I mean, everyone knows what Lidl is. Like, we don't need this on the facades of our buildings here. Even though the top floor looks abandoned, still, it's very tacky to do this, guys. There's all this, these signs are all over the buildings in Chiang Mai, and they just look so fucking tacky. Like, bad, bad. Have I been taking Serbian lessons? I am actually boycotting the Serbian language until your psychiatrists here get their heads out of their asses and prescribe me my Ritalin. I've been to 2 psychiatrists, and they're like, oh, they just give me bullshit answers why they can't prescribe me Ritalin. And I can't learn languages, at least, without a proper medication. They give me all these bullshit antidepressants and downers, and what I need is a stimulant. But it's highly regulated here, but they have it in their country, right? But they said, oh, because you didn't have it as a kid, we can't prescribe it to you. I'm like, look, I've been prescribed in the US, in Indonesia, and in Thailand, and this is the hardest country I've been to where they won't give me Ritalin. And Ritalin isn't even the good stuff. That's like for babies, okay? That's like the baby Tylenol of ADHD. The good stuff is Adderall, which is an amphetamine salt, which is like methamphetamine. But I don't get addicted to that stuff for some reason, because my brain chemistry is a lot different. So yeah, I'm not going to even try to learn Serbian until the doctors here prescribe me the proper medication I need, not an antidepressant. They keep giving me these antidepressants. I keep telling them, look, I don't want to get not addicted, but with antidepressants, you can't just go off of them. Okay, like very bad things can happen if you go off an antidepressant cold turkey. And all the antidepressants that they've been giving me, you look it up and you become dependent on these things. And I don't want a medication that I become dependent on. And that's why I like my stimulants, is because I can take it when I need to do a task or learn something. And then in 6 to 12 hours, it goes away and I don't get addicted to it. I don't become dependent on it. So that's my only, I'm gonna maybe do a YouTube video on it, because the psychiatry here is from like 1922. And I think the church plays into it, to be honest with you. And I don't agree with that. They even asked me, how did I get Ritalin in a Muslim country? And I'm like, over the counter, literally. So yeah, that's the only thing that makes me really mad about Serbia, is the psychiatry here is not good. I'm sure if you had bipolar disorder or something, you could get help here, but you know, my second doctor basically called me a liar. You know, I brought all of my printed medical history from my insurer in the US. He's like, this doesn't even have a stamp on it. I'm like, we don't use that in the US because it's not secure, okay, to even like begin with, to use these stamps. You know, and it's like Google, TomTom. Their TomTom is photographing the streets. Yeah, it's unfortunate because it really holds you back, ADHD. It really does, guys. I can only, without medication, I can only operate at like 60% capacity. So everything I do, everything you see on YouTube is me at 60% capacity. Imagine me at 100%, what I could do. It'd be amazing. And when I lived on Bali, I almost went back to the US because I missed being productive. But I finally found the medication I needed on Bali, in a Muslim country, but I can't find it in an Orthodox country. Even though they have it, they won't give it to me. So I think I'm gonna go back and put a little bit more pressure on the doctor this time. And maybe pressure on Metagroup too. Because the city pharmacy is one of the only places here that has it, because it's a state pharmacy. And they told me to go see the doctor at Metagroup. And I did, and then the Metagroup doctor said, well, I tried to prescribe it, but then the pharmacy wouldn't give it to the foreigners. And I'm like, someone's lying about something here, because this doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't matter if they believe it or not. I have a history of it from 3 other countries, okay? And it's just stupid. It's ignorance. That's what it is. And it really pisses me off because this is me at 60%. And I'm not 100%. It pisses me off. And I could be. They have the medication to give me. I'll pay full price for it, cash, but they won't give it to me. So I just have to be pissed off enough to start making YouTube videos about Metagroup. It's not like I'm trying to get an importation license for Adderall or anything like that. You don't have to convince the doctors, you just have to be annoying. That's what the secret is to getting what you want. But the thing is the doctors, they're not like, you know, old. Okay, all the psychiatrists I've seen have been like 45 or under probably. And so like they're not, I think they know what's going on. Everyone is just too afraid to be the first, you know. They're just too afraid to be the first, and I'm suffering because of it. But enough about that. That's my complaint about Serbia, my big one. Hey Red, can you do a video on schools or colleges in Belgrade? No, I can't, because why would I when I couldn't even attend because I can't get my medication? So no. Am I cruising? Yeah, I'm cruising the parks here for some sexy migrants. All the migrants have gone into hiding because it's cold. In the summertime, it would be hard to even walk through that park because there's so many of them. Where should we go? Where should we go? I don't even know where to go. Let's go this way. But yeah, if you have ADHD, don't come to Serbia for sure. Huh. There's a place that's open. I might get some food. Oh, it's only to go though. Oh. Used to be Uni, now a mosque. I don't know what that means. Here's a bakery. Where are we at? That's the Orthodox Travel Company. I know where we're at, but if it's not, I don't know. Nope, no idea. Look at this cobblestone street. This is not a historic, but it looks newer, probably within 10 years. I like to see this place when it rains, man. Look at this. More graffiti. Yeah, if they want to solve the graffiti issue, just ban spray paint in cans. And I think that will make it a lot harder. Hima, is that in Egypt? Yeah, I definitely don't need to be locked up for ADHD in a state institution. I just need, you know, the right type of medication. And I think Serbia needs to open its mind on psychiatry. I'm going to do a YouTube video on it. Anything that my Serbian friends tells me not to talk about on YouTube, that's exactly what I'm going to talk about on YouTube. Exactly. When a Serbian person says, oh, you shouldn't do that because it's taboo, it's exactly what I need to do. Yeah, the graffiti needs to go. It's kind of cool, you know? I mean, that's not bad. But I mean, there should be like places for it, you know? If you, like there could be a public park with concrete walls that is just made to have graffiti. It needs to be more controlled, but unfortunately they'll never be able to control it, so they just need to ban spray paint altogether in the whole country. That will solve it. Or significantly slow it down by at least 90% or more. We're at the bus station. We're close to it, I think. The city bus station, not the long distance bus station. Maybe, I don't know. There's a market. Let's go check out the market. So if you're new to the live stream, please give me a thumbs up. It'll really, really help bring more people into the live stream, and I'll stay on longer. Yeah, I have documentation, and they basically called me a liar because they said this doesn't even have a stamp on it. And I'm like, dude, do you really think I created those documents from Kaiser Permanente? I don't think so. You know, it's just stupid. It was an excuse. Well, I think I've been here before, once. It's a market. Look at that. I might actually get some stuff while I'm here, if I see anything good. Produce is incredibly expensive here at the grocery stores in the wintertime. Avocados are like $1.69 a piece. Yeah, but Serbian doctors also have to realize that not every country uses stamps. It's only Serbia that still does that, literally. Like I said, 1922. There's still, I think they're in 1922 here. But that's my only criticism of the entire country. Is the psychiatry here is dog shit bad. Dog shit bad. But everything else is wonderful, including the food. Wow. Everyone's selling oranges. That's literally all I see here is oranges. That's not so much fun. Let's go here. I think we're near the bus station. Oh yeah. I think we're at the green market at the bus stop or bus station. Not a lot of vendors here today, unfortunately. Even though it's Sunday, a good shopping day for families. Vendors could be out here making a lot of money, but no one is here. Oh well. Oh. Yeah, there's some vendors here, so obviously this place isn't locked down, right? So more vendors could have shown up, but they didn't. Where are we at? I don't even know. Oh yeah. There's the bus station right here at the McDonald's. Yeah, I went to 2 private psychiatrists. One for 6,000 dinar. She was the worst. I thought she was gonna be good too, but she, oh my god, horrible. Horrible. Like literally, she could have killed me with the medication she gave me. I stopped taking it after the second or third day because I was like, I feel drunk all the time. I sound drunk in my videos. That was a really bad one. And then I went to Metagroup and paid $45, which wasn't too bad. And I saw a doctor that, when I showed him my documentation, basically called me a liar. So I might try somewhere else. I think a YouTube video will help though, because more people will see my plight. Maybe even a doctor will, with his head screwed on straight. So there's a store up here I like. I'm going to show you guys. It's called 011. It's like a Serbian nationalist store. I'm actually wearing their pants right now. Look at that. I actually like their stuff a lot. They're not very expensive. And they're handmade. So some of their stuff's handmade. And then we're gonna walk up the hill here, and it's gonna be the Hotel Moscow probably. But before we do that, actually, I wonder if McDonald's is. It's not. I'm getting hungry. Oh well. If I see a bakery or something, I'll stop there. But yeah, this 011 store is pretty cool. It's a place I like to spend my money. They have several stores. I've only been to this one. Probably closed today, obviously, but we can walk past it. Actually want to get one of their jackets. Yeah, here we go. There's the tunnel. And then the soap shop is closed permanently, obviously. Here we go. 011 Streetwear. Very nice store. Look at that jacket. Very nice. I like their stuff a lot. Especially these pants I got. These have been some of the nicest pants I've had. Oh. So what's new, guys? Give me a chat. Yeah, everything's closed this weekend. It was funny because, you know, at first it was 11 p.m. everything had to close, and then it was 8 p.m. and then it was 2 p.m. Now they're just closed all weekend. Like, what good is that gonna do your economy? Nothing. Nothing. Here's the Hotel Moscow coming up. And I shouldn't be forced to use a third-party delivery provider like Donesi to get food. That's weird. It's really weird. Yeah, Adderall is not available in the country whatsoever, and that's not what I'm asking for, because I know that. What I need is Ritalin, which is like the children's aspirin of ADHD medication, and they won't even give me that. So, no, I might have to buy drugs off the street, who knows. So we're coming up behind the Hotel Moscow now. I'm gonna get going soon, guys. I've been live streaming for about an hour now, maybe a little bit more. There's the Belgrade waterfront. Look at this view. See BW? You know what that stands for? Bradley Walter. This view is very nice. Yeah, Concerta. That's actually what it is here in Serbia. But I say Ritalin because that's what people usually know. But yeah, it's Concerta. But they won't give me Concerta. I would be happy with Concerta. If Concerta didn't work for me, then oh well. You know, at least Serbia did their best. But it's kind of weird that they won't even give it to me. So Yes, it is a ghost town. And there's a lot of people that live here in Belgrade. Where are they all? Are they all in bed still? Look at this. Beautiful. Canon. Does anyone still use their printers? I don't know. Yeah, this Hotel Moscow is really beautiful too. I've been inside of it. I had lunch there. And it's well worth the trip. It's not very expensive for our food. I don't find it expensive for what you get and the experience. I think it's priced fairly, actually. Yeah, where is everyone? I mean, I saw more people last night than I do this morning. I think they're all in bed because they know everything's closed, so they're not leaving their little warm houses. Hey guys, here I am, Belgrade, still here. I actually moved here unlike Travel with Chris, that bastard, that rat bastard, said, I moved to Serbia during the pandemic, and then he's gone, he's already gone. So, oh well. He's faking it till he makes it, I guess. Where's Liz learned Serbian? I haven't seen a video from her in a long time. So, I saw her in Novi Sad. I think I saw her in Novi Sad a couple months ago. Actually, more like 4 months ago, 5 months ago. But I haven't heard a peep from her. So, and there's the guy that walks around at night with his camera. That guy's kind of cool. Haven't met him yet. But he gets a lot of views, so that's good. She's talking to me. She had probably a Bluetooth ear set. I remember I had a cell phone earpiece back in 1999. My little Nokia phone. I walk around, people think I was talking to myself because no one knew about cell phone earpieces then. Yeah, look at this place. It's completely deserted. I mean, the whole block is completely deserted. No one. There's not even beggars out, guys. Yeah, that's when you have migrants raid a pharmacy for you. Gotta do what you gotta do. Don't ask what Germany can do for the migrants. Ask what the migrants can do for you in Germany. Yeah, it's so stupid. Move to Serbia. Oh. I'm gonna get a residence permit soon, and then I'm gonna trade in my California license for a Serbian license and get rid of the California license. But if I ever need a US license again, I can just say, oh, I went and lost mine, so they'll replace it. But I don't want a California license ever again. I want to get maybe a Florida license because there's no state income tax in Florida. So, all this big YouTube money I'm not making, they can't come back in 5 years and say, oh, you owe $25,000 worth of back taxes. So if I ever go back to the States, I'm definitely going to move my residency to Florida from California. So California can't say I owe them taxes. California is giving illegal immigrants a stimulus payment of $600. You know that, right? They made the rules so it's very hard for citizens to actually get it. But if you're an illegal immigrant, you can get it. And I don't want to pay taxes for that. And My money, my bank I use is completely out of California. It's not a national bank like Bank of America or Chase. It's a small credit union in another state, and California can't really seize my money. So, and if they ever tried, there's also Raiffeisen here in Serbia. So I just don't want to pay taxes to California anymore. I don't live there. I haven't been a resident there since June of 2018. But I'm still connected there because I still have a driver's license there. So that can cause me problems. California can't exactly arrest me like the IRS can if I refuse to pay. That's why I want to get rid of my US passport, is so I can be free of the double taxation. That worries me, but an answer will come from the heavens, I'm sure. Always does. So let me turn this around so you guys can see how abandoned this place is. Oh, guys, I know where everyone's at. I know. They're still at the raves, probably. They're still dancing from last night. That's probably where everyone's at. Look at this building. Look at this facade. Beautiful. And the electronic trolleys. I love everything about Belgrade, except the psychiatry doctors. Kind of making me mad. So if you guys are just joining the live stream, please give me a thumbs up. The more thumbs up I get, the more I'll live stream in the future. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go home and make some coffee because I ain't taking coffee to go, that's for sure. I had to eat like a slice of a pizza. It was so cold yesterday, and like I had to like take pizza to go and eat it on the street. It was stupid. I'm like, this is stupid. Not too happy about the lockdown, that's for sure. Yeah, the problem with these vloggers is, let me tell you guys, so all these vloggers that have come here, the only person that has hit me up is Chris, a broadcast, but he never ended up ever like meeting me. But they come with these like huge cameras, and like their lenses are not even very wide angle because they can't get a camera lens for a mirrorless or a DSLR camera that's wide enough, like a GoPro or my Sony action cam. And so I think I'm out vlogging them, even though they make like more vlogs than I do. I think my vlogs are probably better because I just use a simple camera and I don't try to do like editing. And the Divert Living guy, like I don't have a problem with him, but like what's up with like all the shit he wears like on his body, right? So he's walking around town doing vlogs and he has like camera gear hanging off his backpack strap, and then like probably a camera backpack full of lenses, and I'm like, it's just too much bullshit. Like, get a GoPro Hero 9 with super smooth stabilization, ultra wide angle lens, and replace all that shit that he wears. Like, I just don't get it. But I don't think his channel's doing very good anymore because he doesn't get a lot of views. I mean, I shouldn't be one to talk. I don't get a lot of views, but I put the bare minimum effort into my YouTube channel. That's a good idea. Thank you for that. That's a it's kind of hard to figure out who those doctors are though, and sometimes it's hard to find their personal Facebooks, but I'll try that. Look at this place. Oh, here's another statue. The lack of BLM. That's why we can have nice statues here. Because we don't have leftists here. You know, I recently posted a video. Not a video, a Instagram story about Superdry. It's like a clothing brand from like Korea, but they like had some like really leftist, like really hardcore leftist advertisements around the city. And I posted something about they need to get up and out of Serbia because we don't need foreign owned globalist corporations telling the locals how to think here. You know, it's not, first of all, it's not respectful. Second of all, it's kind of weird for a clothing brand to be trying to do social change here in Serbia. Like a clothing brand, like what does that have to do with social change, you know? Nothing. It has nothing, absolutely nothing to do. So, yeah, Superdry needs to go. My opinion, I'll never shop there. Or I'll never even buy their knockoffs. I don't want anything to do with that brand. They literally make me sick. It's like American Eagle Outfitters coming here and selling Bill Clinton boxers or Bill Clinton shirt or something stupid like that. Yeah, I think Superdry is completely stupid. Like, completely. Look at this. I'm not Serb. I never will be Serb. But the big reason I'm here is because Serbia is the way it is, right? If I wanted to go to a leftist hellhole, I'd go to the UK or Germany or France. France is turning against the leftists though. But I'm here because, you know, I'm a conservative and I like conservative values, and that's what's here in Serbia. Yeah, Coca-Cola needs to go too. India actually, I think, banned some foreign sodas, and their sodas did really well. The problem though with Coca-Cola is that they're too big. Okay, they're like the Coca-Cola. They're like the soda of big tech, right? They're like big tech. So they can pay bribes, you know, they can, I mean, they have unlimited amounts of money. And they probably have as much money as the CIA does. And that's kind of scary. But yeah, Coca-Cola, not my favorite brand anymore. Never was. It was nice because they did cool stuff during Christmas and stuff, and the decorations and the polar bears were cute. But they're not so cute anymore. In my opinion. So yeah, Coca-Cola actually doesn't taste very good anymore to me after all that. Here's the city pharmacy. They're very nice in there. Highly recommend them. So we're at Idea London. If you want to know, gal, what my rent is, you have to watch my cost of living video. It's only 51 minutes. But if you watch it, then I say everything in 10 minutes, how much my rent is. It's not just my rent, it's the utilities. Look at this. I found a coin. It's my lucky day. Yeah, so it's not just my rent. It's the utilities on top of that you also have to pay. So watch the video about my cost of living in Serbia. Down the road. Yeah, I've walked down there. I don't want to walk back up because I live next to Taj Wyden Park. So if you guys have information on psychiatrists here that are friendly to American Yankee ADHD patients, go ahead and drop me a line on Instagram at Brad Beckett. That's the best place to contact me. Now, if you just say, my name's Shirley and I'm from this small city in Belgrade or Serbia, I can't respond to those people because there's too many of them, and they all want to chat with me, and I can't chat with 30 people at one time. But if you have information on psychiatry, that would be a good way to get my attention. What's funny though about that 5 dinar is that a cashier at Shop and Go, she gave me 100 dinar, but she only owed me like 93. And I saw that on my receipt, and I didn't want her drawer to be short because I've been a cashier before. And so I reached in my pocket and I had 5 dinar and gave it to her for her till, her drawer. And she's like, oh, thank you. And I'm like, no problem. And then today I find 5 dinar on the ground. So I basically can lead the life I do because I have good karma and I stay out of trouble for the most part. And yeah, I think it's my karma. That's what led me to Serbia. With abandoned storefronts. Look at that. Someone needs to call housekeeping. There we go. Look at that. There's like a sewing machine. What the fuck? That's some ghetto ass shit, man. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is my favorite Chinese place in this area. If you guys ever can come to the street, Net something, I forget how to pronounce it, but it's right next to the Presidential Palace, Pioneer Park. And then you come down here. Excellent food. For fast food, it's excellent. I can eat here every day. I would say Serbia is pretty conservative, right? From what I have seen, there are some forward-thinking people, but for the most part, I think it's pretty conservative. I don't see purple-headed, lesbians here kissing on the street or anything like that. Not that I would mind that if it was a natural occurrence, because you see straight people kissing on the street. But when I was in Kuala Lumpur, I saw these 2 girls walking down the street holding hands and kissing, and that's a big no-no there. Big no-no. But you know that before you go there, right? So, if you're gay, don't go to a Muslim country and try to do PDA. It's just not. I was like, they're gonna get whipped. And when they get whipped, I was like, I'm not going to give a damn about them. Because they should have known better. Oh. Purple-headed lesbians. Unless they're voting for Trump. I don't have any sympathy for them. Look at this. So here's the Presidential Palace. We're at Pioneer Park once again. Beautiful day. Dublin. Dublin sounds pretty nice, but Ireland's having a lot of problems with migrants right now. So once your government sorts out the migrant problem, specifically the violent migrants stabbing everyone, then I might come. But I'm kind of boycotting the UK until they ship out the migrants. I'm not going to call them migrants, they're invaders. That's what they are. They're invaders trying to get your social welfare, and they're always military-age single men without a family in tow. So they're not migrants, they're not refugees, they're thieves. They're trying to come, steal your culture, steal your money, steal your wealth from what your forefathers died for, and I don't agree with that. So I probably won't be going to Dublin anytime soon. I love Trump, but he kind of let me down, man. He kind of did. You know, at the height of the BLM, Antifa riots and the Democrats stealing the election, he was out bribing countries with our money for Israel to move the embassies to Jerusalem, and Serbia was one of them, actually. And then that Elia Nahu, you know, stabbed Trump in the back too. So I think Trump got what he deserved, and him not using the military was a big letdown as well. So I probably won't vote for Trump again, to be honest with you, because he didn't have control of his own Department of Justice. He didn't have control of the government, and he should have been firing people daily if he needed to, or sending in U.S. Marshals to get rid of these people by force. But he didn't. He cucked. So let me know when you know, Hitler or something is up for vote, and I might go vote. But other than that, I'm not going to vote again. I didn't vote in this election because I knew it was a sham election. I was like, I'm not going to waste my money going down to the U.S. Embassy where they're frying chicken at the U.S. Embassy. You know, the ambassador here from the U.S. is not very good. I have to just put that out there. Not too impressed with Godfrey as the ambassador. I know Eric Mutt from Belgrade beat Warshup's the guy, but I don't know why. Like, he doesn't do anything. He talks about local food and publishes propaganda on Twitter, and he doesn't do anything, like, for me as an American here. Like, you know, there's never really been an embassy event that, you know, if you're not you know, wanting to be targeted by the CIA, they don't invite you to, or, you know, it just, I don't feel the American embassy does anything here that is useful. And I wouldn't mind not even having an American embassy here as an American here. Not too impressed with the U.S. ambassador. Not too impressed at all. And I'm pretty open-minded, you know. I'm pretty fair as a critic. But man, that one's a bad one. But I knew that when it first came. But I've been proven right. The whole U.S. Embassy is just, I just don't see anything good coming out of their Twitter accounts or their Instagram accounts or anything like that. So I probably won't ever go visit them unless I absolutely have to get my passport renewed. But that's the only reason I'd go to the U.S. Embassy. If I had $250,000, I'd go become a Turkish citizen. I'd buy a, you know, real estate there and get a Turkish passport, and then come back to Belgrade and work on residency here, permanent residency. And then I could get rid of my U.S. passport completely, and that would be a godsend. If anyone knows anyone in the government here wants to give me a passport, I'll probably renounce my U.S. passport if I get another one. Everyone says, oh, the Serbian passport this, or I'll never get my U.S. passport. It's just as easy to travel on a Serbian passport as it is a U.S. passport if you have money in your checking account, you know. And the bright thing, well, this is actually a disability as well. If I ever get a Serbian passport, it will always say I was born in the U.S. So I'll always have to carry the renunciation letter from the U.S. with me for the rest of my life to be able to prove I'm not a U.S. citizen. Because in the U.S., you're a citizen if you're born on our soil. Even if your parents are not citizens, you will be automatically. So with one exception, is if you are a child of a member of a foreign state that's visiting, or a dignitary such as an ambassador, then you are not automatically a U.S. citizen. But most people are U.S. citizens just for being born on the soil. And if I get a Serbian passport, like I said, it will say I was born in the U.S. That will be helpful for border checkpoints. You know, you say, oh, you know, I'm not just here on a Serbian passport. I could say I'm an American citizen, even though I wouldn't be anymore. But yeah, so they'll say, oh, he's a US citizen, let him through. So for me, I think I could travel just fine on a Serbian passport. The only downside to Serbian passports are you need visas for Thailand and you need visas for Malaysia. Why Malaysia? I can understand Thailand, but why Malaysia? You know, I like Malaysia a lot and I like going there. I don't want to get a visa for every time I have to go there. But it was a small price to pay to get away from the US tax code system. In fact, and especially a US ambassador here is kind of creepy. Did you open a virtual business in Serbia? So I have a company here. I haven't done anything with it because I'm like lazy as a dog. But next week, I'm going to do something with it. I'm going to go hire an accountant. Put money in a checking account at Raiffeisen. But yeah, it's just a vehicle to stay here, right? So, but I have to do something with it. So it has to make money. So I have to, unfortunately, work again. Somehow, some way. So I'm gonna try to probably get a remote help desk contractor job maybe, and have them just pay my Serbian company, and my Serbian company will pay me, and that's how I'll show business through my Serbian company, even if it's just part-time. Just working part-time for $25 an hour, $30 an hour USD will pay for my living expenses here. But I'd like to find a job outside of the US and somewhere in Europe so I can get paid in euros, because I don't have a lot of trust in the US dollar anymore. You know, look at our national debt. You know, it's gone up to $28 trillion. We're not going to pay that off, right? They're just going to keep taxing people more and more. And I don't want to be part of that system. Andrew Henderson's right. You know, nomad capitalist, he's right. Get out of the US. I think that fearing loss of your US passport is very ignorant and small-minded. And I don't think the US can be saved in its current form, actually. I think it's going to continue to go to hell. Taxes are going to go up. Like Andrew Henderson said that there's not going to be more wealth equality ever, right? There's just going to be the people that take, right? They're just going to take more because they're so poor, no one goes after them for anything, right? And then there's going to be the small producers that are productive economically, and they're going to be taxed more heavily to support the other 50%. And I don't agree with that. Yes, legally, I will have to pay taxes in the US on my Serbian income. That's why I want to get rid of my US passport. And if, you know, the funny thing is if I went back to the US as an illegal immigrant on my Serbian passport or Turkish passport or whatever I have, no one would believe I was an illegal immigrant in the US. No one would believe that. Serbia does report to the USA, unfortunately. It's called FACTA, F-A-C-T-A. Go ahead and Google it. Raiffeisen Bank here in Serbia, they definitely do report US citizens to the Internal Revenue Service in the US. So while Serbia, I think, used to have CRS protection, that stands for the Common Reporting System, that's for all the other countries, that the US doesn't report to. The US is so fucking dumb, man. They make every country report US citizens' bank accounts worldwide to them, but they won't report foreigners' accounts to the CRS system, which is the non-US FACTA system. So the US is the biggest tax haven in the world, actually. But they don't like competition. That's why I don't want to be a US citizen anymore, because they're not even fair. They're not even fair. Don't fill out the form for the IRS. You have to open a bank account here. I'm not trying to evade US taxes. I don't want to pay US taxes. So, you know, if I was offered a Serbian passport, I would probably take it. I definitely would take it, and I would go renounce my US passport. I know that's kind of drastic, but Joe Biden is president, guys, okay? It's like aliens have hijacked our society. That's the only explanation I can think of. That's why they don't like the term illegal alien anymore, is because they're like literally aliens from outer space that have taken over our government officials. Like, if you just hear Nancy Pelosi talk, you know, candidly for 5 minutes, you can tell there's something very wrong with these people. Very wrong. I mean, Joe Biden can't even do a press conference. He's president of the United States. There's something very wrong with that. And I don't want to be part of it anymore. And I think everyone should get out. Like, if you don't like Serbia, go to Turkey. Turkey looks very fucking nice, you know? Like, really nice. You can find 2-bedroom apartments there for 126,000 euros. You know, that won't get you citizenship, but I think that will get you permanent residency there. Or at least residency. And then, you know, you can go live in Turkey. And Turkey is not bad, guys. Like, just bring your friends to Turkey, you know, and then there you go. I read Belgrade is one of the top digital nomad these days, maybe. It wasn't before. Chiang Mai, Thailand was absolutely the capital of digital nomads. But Belgrade is just as good. If not, it's actually much better. Much better. Chiang Mai, Thailand is like, you know, kind of compared to Belgrade, it's like nothing, you know. It's like the Thais are not very architecturally like savvy, and they build these like really small, awkward buildings out of concrete, and they kind of all look the same. Bali was much more beautiful, and they're much more, I would say, creative architecturally than Thais are. But what good is staying in like a nice pool villa if you can't trust the locals not to break in there and steal your stuff while you're gone, you know? So I would go back to Bali probably for a vacation. I might even stay there for 2 months, but I wouldn't ever want to live there again, ever. Yeah, I stayed there through burning season to kind of like see, you know, if it's a big giant conspiracy. If they're gonna trying to get everyone to leave to change the batteries in the birds, so to say. So I wanted to see what went on during this supposed burning season, and dude, it was I'm a Trump voting non-environmentalist, and it was bad for me even. Like, they're telling the truth. It's really, really bad. Like, the sky is orange, like literally it's orange. Like, there's haze, there's yellow haze. You can't, like, I probably couldn't see that building down there with the Huawei sign. Oh, did they get rid of the Huawei sign? They did. Look at that. Oh, no. Did they? Yeah, it's still there, I think. Hold on, let me see. No, Huawei is still there. A big ugly sign is still there. That needs to go. That's an eyesore. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah. Thailand, it was great. I wouldn't want to live in the north again. If I went back to Thailand, I would live in the south. I'd live on an island. But I like Belgrade a lot. Istanbul probably would be good too, because Turkish Airlines is a huge airline. They fly everywhere. They even fly to Iraq. And I think, like, traveling out of Istanbul, I think it would be cheaper than out of Belgrade if you're going to travel a lot. But Belgrade is also like a white European culture, whereas Istanbul is not. So, you know, if you're not happy in Istanbul, come to Belgrade. I think everyone is happiest amongst their own people. I did not get vaccinated, and I'm not going to. Looped and Mac, if you could send me that on Instagram, that would be really good, because I can't copy that information right now. But if you could send me those email addresses via Instagram, that would be really helpful. Thank you so much for that. I just saw your message because I was on my rant. Let me see what you guys are saying. Did I read? I don't read books at all, so no, I didn't read Jordan Peterson. I don't really need Jordan Peterson to tell me how to think. I kind of like know how to think. It's Brad world and everyone just lives in it. I would never want to live in Turkey. Maybe not. I saw a villa there for $2.5 million. It was very fucking nice. I don't want to live there, but I don't have $2.5 million. And if I did, I wouldn't be buying a villa. I'd be buying passports. Well, if you could email me those email addresses, brad.cx@gmail.com, that would be helpful too. Look at this. Actually, I found out where Vučić sleeps. I can't tell you because I don't want to get thrown out of Serbia, but I know where he sleeps. I had that question since I got here. I was like, I know where the US president sleeps. He sleeps in the White House, but no one could tell me where Vučić slept. But I know where he sleeps, but I can't tell you. Sorry. Yeah, Southeast Asia is really nice until it's not, right? Like I said, everyone is happiest amongst their own people. And I know I am. The world is not a melting pot. It's not America. Europe should not be a melting pot. It's not America. Everyone should leave America as America, and I think everyone needs a home, not mixed together. I think that's the key to world peace. I'm not going to walk around the presidential palace with the camera out. I just don't think it's a good idea. Not that I think that they would do anything, but I just don't want to go over there right now. You can see pictures of it online, though. It's very nice. So I don't want this to be a cheap Charlie, Balkan lady channel. So I don't want to discuss dating on my YouTube channel at all. Because you'll attract the wrong crowd of viewers that way. I'm not a sex pat, I'm not a sex tourist, and I don't want those people in my channel. Because look what happened to Cheap Charlie. Nothing good comes of it. So I don't even want to like entertain those discussions, but I'm sure you'll be able to find a wife if you come here. I know, I just don't want to go over there right now. Because I have to pee, guys. I have to pee, see? So if I go anywhere, it's going to be the public toilet across from Parliament. So I have 88 people in my channel right now. If you guys can give me a thumbs up, that'd be really helpful. Thank you so much. I have to end the live stream in about 10 minutes because I'm hungry and I have to pee. And yeah. Yeah, Mr. Ron, like I said, I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to entertain that type of mentality in my YouTube channel because nothing good comes of it. Yeah, they gave me benzos for ADHD, which is, I can tell you that's wrong, okay? I don't have anxiety. I don't have depression naturally. I'm depressed because I'm at 60% of my capability. But the reason for that, why I'm depressed, is because I'm not medicated for my ADHD. So they keep giving me these antidepressants, even though I tell them I'm not depressed because I'm not like unhappy with my life. I just need my ADHD to be fixed, and then everything will be fixed in my life, like it was in America. You know, as soon as I got on ADHD medication, my whole life changed. But oh well.
Yeah, they need to stop giving benzos for everything here. I don't know if they do that or not. They did give me benzos and I had to stop taking them because the drug concoction that the psychiatrist gave me, I felt was going to kill me, like literally. So I stopped taking them. I still have them, but I won't take them. Yeah, if that's true, if they give benzos for everything in Serbia, that's not helping the local economy. So they need to stop doing that. Yeah, Mr. Ron, if you could stop talking about Cheap Charlie, that would be great, because that guy is a complete loser. I met him on Bali, and I tried to be nice to him and hang out with him, and he just was an idiot. So I guess Mr. He's like a nobody to me now. The reason why I don't like Cheap Charlie is because I gave him like a whole year's worth of technical advice over Skype. Whenever he needed something, he'd hit me up. And then when he finally made it back into Thailand after his ban, he outright refused to come up to Chiang Mai to hang out, even though he could hang out with Chuck Wow and FBI guy and those losers. And Pattaya, I was like, I don't want to come down to Pattaya because that's not the type of content I don't want that on my channel. And he got demonetized. He got demonetized by YouTube for literally filming hookers on the street. And that was what his YouTube was like full of, right? And I said, I don't want that type of content on my YouTube because I want to be advertiser friendly for the most part. Because Procter & Gamble is not going to want to advertise or do any collabs with you if you had nothing but Thai hookers on your YouTube. And he finally got demonetized and it ruined him. His YouTube channel with 300 and like, what was it, 50,000 subscribers, completely worthless now. And it's not even like the money you make on YouTube that's important, it's the subscribers, because once you have a lot of subscribers, you can sell stuff to them, like t-shirts, hats, merchandise, digital ebook subscriptions, whatever. So it doesn't really even matter if you get demonetized on YouTube, as long as you still have your subscribers. That's what's important. But he didn't, like, for example, I negotiated for him to get cheapcharlie.com, and he wouldn't pay the $1,500, even though he was making tons of money at the time. He just was too cheap to pay $1,500 for .com, and that's going to help him trademark the name too. But yeah, I don't get involved with addicts. I don't have any sympathy for addicts. They're a waste of time. They'll never be fixed. So I don't entertain them anymore in my life. Yeah, I don't really care about Jordan Peterson because, like I said, I can think for myself. Anyone want some spit in the bottle? Guys, I gotta go soon because I gotta go eat. But if you haven't given me a thumbs up, please do. I'm outside of Parliament. It's actually not called Parliament here. It's called the National Assembly Building. And then there's the Supreme Court and also the post office. Very nice post office. Good luck with your Serbian business, bro. Thank you so much. I'll need it. You'll get some money because of that coin in Serbia. I don't really want to make money from Serbians, you know. I'm here to try to live, you know, a good quality life for a good value. And if I can, you know, help people here while I'm doing that, then that's why I'm really here. I wish I could just like pay a monthly tax at like the post office, you know, and like be here on a visa and just like they'll extend it every month as long as you just pay like the minimum tax here. I think that would be so much more profitable than having to register companies and do all that jazz, because the company thing doesn't really fit what I do. I have a completely passive income that's completely automated and I don't have to do anything for it. And because I have a DOO now, I'm gonna have to like actually get clients, more than one, and actually work, and that doesn't really fit my lifestyle or what I want to do. I want to live off of passive income and kind of just float around, but can't do that in Serbia. So, but I want to stay here more than, you know, move along. So I guess if I build a business like that's a remote consulting business where I make US dollars or euros and I work here in Serbia, then eventually I can buy a house here, you know. So I think I'm setting myself up for a good time for the long run. What are you getting for breakfast? I'm gonna go get some Serbian food probably. Yeah, they need to do a 1-year visa like Georgia. Georgia, like, I'm glad I didn't go there because there's nothing there. Like, I can see from the pictures, it's nowhere I'd want to be. But, and I was only going there because of their 1-year, it's not even a visa, it's just a stamp. I could stay there for a year. So I was going to save up money and stay in Georgia without having to do visa runs for a whole year and just massively save money. But I'm glad I'm here in Serbia, and I'm glad, like, if you have a business here and you can show cash flow, you can get loans like from banks, you know. Like if I want to buy a house in a village somewhere for $15,000 or 12,000 euros, how hard would it be to get that loan from Raiffeisen? Probably not very hard, especially if you're making $2,000 or $3,000 a month through your business. So I think I'm setting myself up for the long term here by doing, you know, creating a business here. But it's kind of a responsibility I didn't really want, you know, but it's a responsibility that I kind of need. Look at these dogs. So I'll be able to establish credit, you know, everything will be good. My life's perfect. My life's already kind of perfect, but it'll be more perfect once I get my DOO up and running. My residence permit, my Serbian license, driver's license. That'll be neat. But yeah, it would be cool to make like an extra, like maybe $3,000 a month. And then I could live between here in Istanbul or here in Erbil, Iraq. Will it be easy for me? Remember, I operate at 60% of what your capacity probably is, right? So I have ADHD and I'm not currently properly medicated here. So will it be easy for me? If I worked my little tush off, I probably would be easy, but I'm not a real hard worker. I like to sleep a lot and just go out and swim and walk around. I'm like the cheap Charlie without the addiction issues. And I like that life. Like, my life is very high quality, guys. For living on $1,000 a month, my life is very good quality here. So I don't really want to have to work to make more money. I haven't worked in like 3 years, guys. Been living in cheap countries on passive income. It's been great. But the home I want isn't even $20,000. It's $15,500, and that's what their asking price is, which will probably go lower. But I don't have the heart to ask them to lower the price because it's actually a functional house. It's not like one of those shitty ones that need a lot of work. It's a ready-to-go house, and it's nice. It's really nice, actually. It's very Serbian. It has 6 or 7 acres of land, and it's on the Romanian border, and it's exactly what I want. And I guess if I bought that house, that I would be in a village, and probably no one would speak English, and I'd want to work, you know. And I could probably make even more money if I had a little village house here. The only thing I'm worried about in the villages is internet. I don't want to be stuck on DSL. Oh my gosh. Or worse, LTE, a Telenor home router with a SIM card. Yeah, I would definitely would need a car, but you can get a used Volvo here for like $3,500. You know, like 3,000 euros. I don't need a very good car. I'm not a car snob, you know. If I was making like really good money here in Belgrade, I'd probably get a Range Rover, but you have to ask yourself, would you rather a Range Rover in Belgrade, or would you rather live in Belgrade and also be able to rent a place for cheap in Istanbul and just go between the two cities? I would prefer to go between the two cities, but that's just me. But Range Rover would also be very nice. This building is closed. It's been closed for a long time. Someone said it's closed because there's something about corruption or something. I don't know. But this building would be a cool building to get. But it would require millions of dollars, and I don't have that. What are you guys saying here? Why a Range Rover? Because I've always wanted one. And I kind of just want to get it out of my system. So I want to own one once in my life. And that's my dream. It might not be your dream, but it is mine. But I definitely would trade that for an apartment in Istanbul and just go between Belgrade and Istanbul. I think that would be a really cool life. I have a way to use very slow internets very well through remote desktop. What I would do is, if I had slow internet in the village, like DSL, like 8 megabits per second or something like that, what I would do is I'd have a Windows PC in the data center, and I would just remote desktop to that, and that's just like streaming video. So everything that I would download off the internet or anything, it would download at data center speeds, because it would be literally in a data center, and I would just remote desktop to it, so it'd have to just stream the video back through my little Serbian village DSL connection. That's how you get around having a slow connection as a nomad, but no one ever really does that because they don't really have the technical know-how, except for me. Lada Niva, I'll look at that. Oh yeah, that's a Russian brand, huh? Lada. Ladas are actually pretty nice from what I've seen. So thank you for that. I'll look that up. That's not in my immediate future, but maybe once I hit retirement age. But alright guys, I'm going to end the live stream. If you haven't given me a thumbs up, please do. Yeah, prices are going to increase drastically. And as soon as the West falls, everyone's going to scatter like cockroaches. So people are going to be buying up stuff here. And if you buy a house here, or even an apartment, even if it's a real cheap one, you automatically get residency. So I'd really hate for the Chinese people to discover this place. Because look what they did to Toronto, Canada. Now the locals can't even buy a house there. Things are like $600,000 there. All right, guys, thank you for joining me in this live stream. Probably almost 2 hours. Can't believe I haven't run out of data yet. But I brought my battery pack, so that's why I was able to live stream uninterrupted. Idaho, why even remain in the U.S.? It's not like state taxes you can deal with them because you can just move to Florida or Texas, but it's the federal taxes that you want to get rid of as well. I don't want to pay for the U.S. military to protect all of Europe. Like, why can't Europe protect themselves for once in history, you know? I don't want to pay for the CIA to come do shady shit in Serbia through the U.S. Embassy. I don't want to pay for that junk. It's junk. People think I work for the CIA. I would never work for the CIA, ever. I'd work for the BIA as an American citizen before I'd work for the CIA. It's just junk. It's just all junk. And the people that still buy into that, it's just bullshit. It's all bullshit. I used to want to work for the CIA. I would never now. With what I know, never. The NSA is kind of still base, though. They still have their heads screwed on straight, from what I understand, but not the CIA. It's like the CIA is like an 800-pound gorilla. It's like you can't really fire everyone because then you have all these weirdos running around with your state secrets and, you know, sabotaging your infrastructure because they're mad they don't have a job anymore, and then a lot of people are out of jobs. It's just grown into an ugly monster, you know, and I don't want to pay taxes to support that. That's why I would give up my US passport in 5 minutes if I could. But yeah, spring is nice here, man. Look at this. It only snowed once or twice here in Belgrade. Kind of disappointing. I wanted more snow, but I got my white winter, so I got it once. And then it got warm and it all melted. It's kind of sad, but I can't wait for the leaves on the trees to come back because my view, it's so nice in the summertime. Very, very nice. That's why I love my apartment so much. But yeah, I like I said, I just don't want to pay for the U.S. military and like, why are we in Syria? You know, I just don't understand, you know. Just doesn't make sense to waste all that money. It's a big money laundering campaign. That's what it is. Foreign aid to Africa is worthless. They're never going to get their shit straight in Africa, you know. Someone said we've given them like trillions of dollars since the 60s. It's like several Marshall plans worth of money, and they're still all fucked up. So, you know, I just don't think that we should be shipping out foreign aid to countries that don't use it wisely. Like, why don't we give more foreign aid to Serbia? Serbia uses their money, you know, somewhat wisely. I see them fixing the sidewalks here. I see them improving their infrastructure. I see them improving Belgrade. We have underground fiber optics. We don't have, you know, above ground electrical anymore even. The only above ground electrical is for the buses or the trains, you know. So I would like to see more US aid given to Serbia versus Africa. That's a losing game right there. Mine sub, I'll definitely check out that group. I was looking at the gazettes, the official U.S. government gazettes of everyone that's renounced. And if you're smart and you're a Serbian and you looked at those are the people probably with money. So if you offered some type of remote consulting stuff like Nomad Capitalist or some type of business consulting or accounting or whatever, and you looked up those people on LinkedIn, you know, even if you just got one as a client, it'd probably make your day or your whole life here in Serbia much better. Pavel, bye Brad, nice to see you again. Thank you so much. Elena, you're welcome for me showing you Belgrade. So I'm not walking around more. I've been walking around for 2 hours. I'm kind of beat. So, yeah, I think the U.S. is kind of over with, to be honest with you. There's a stick for dogs. I'm not really happy with the government or even the U.S. ambassador or my passport even. Like Andrew Henderson, Nomad Capitalist, said, you know, during coronavirus, the U.S. passport was on par with some African passports. You know, just, I don't need to be an American citizen to feel happy in life. You know, some people, that's their whole identity. It's not mine. And the longer I'm out of the U.S., the less I like it. I don't hate Americans, but, you know, I don't like Americans telling me what I should and shouldn't do with my own citizenship, you know, and that's all they do is, oh, you can't renounce, or you don't, or it's always don't, or you can't. Like I said, no one ever asked me why. No one has ever asked me. I've mentioned I want to renounce my U.S. citizenship. No one has asked me why. It's always don't or you can't. Texas looked good, but it doesn't look so now. So I would move to Florida. But okay, guys, I'm gonna go. An hour and 55 minutes. This live stream has been going on. Please give me a thumbs up. It really helps a lot. And thank you for the $10 donation. I'll get it in about 2 months from Google. And if you're not happy with your life in the UK, you're all locked down in California. Restaurants are open here, just not today, unfortunately. But get to Belgrade. You can find a reasonable accommodation. Food is cheap. Everything is cheap here if you have a US dollars. I'll see you guys later and have a good day and goodbye. Just to let you know, Line Sub, you can always donate through Venmo. That is the best one to donate through because there's no fees and there's no waiting period. Talk to you later. Thanks and goodbye.